All right. Let me ask at the very beginning here. The main part of the workout today is 120 wall ball shots. Is there anybody that's not squatting today for any reason? That's kind of the biggest thing. If we need to substitute or modify based on no squatting. Good. So that means everyone is squatting. Everyone has at least something to squat to. We'll deal with anything or not having something to throw to in a little bit. All right. Here we go. Jenny's here now. Let's go ahead and get in, just like Dr. Joe's doing. Let's get in some Simon Shuffle for about a minute. Just bouncing. And while you're bouncing, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Does anyone not have some weight to squat with, either a medicine ball or a weight? So medicine ball is ideal, clearly, because we're doing wall ball shots today. But if you only have a dumbbell or a barbell or a kettlebell, then there's other ways to modify at least the wall ball shot. But it seems as though everyone's got a, Damon, you guys have 2 medicine balls?
I just one. She's going to use dumbbells.
Dumbbells, perfect. All right, so what we're going to do this morning is, for the warm-up, is the old-fashioned CrossFit warm-up is what I called it. So it's 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, 10 air squats, and 10 Samson stretches. If you don't have a pull-up bar or something to pull from, you can just do a bent over row with both hands. So I have a kettlebell and just an easy pull. So let's go ahead and pick up something. The other thing would be to have you did this a lot yesterday, but a set of dumbbells to go for a 5-rep bent over row. To get that pulling motion. And then while you don't necessarily need to drop into a full, like an entire set of push-ups, let's start off with a set of knee push-ups. So go for 10 knee push-ups. And again, it's always your choice as to how many of these that you're going to do. The goal is that this is a warm-up, not a workout in and of itself. After you have your 10 push-ups, come up to standing and let's swing right over left, left over right. So the workout here can be easiest described as a 3-rounder, just like it was yesterday. But this 3-rounder will decrease in repetitions across the workout. So almost 40% of the entire workout is contained within the first round. So we've got some pulls and some pushes. Now let's go ahead and drop into some air squats. Let's go for 10 of those. Finding depth, heels on the ground, chest up tall. So of course the squat forms the basis of today's entire workout, right? With 120 wall ball shots. And then let's get in 10 step lunges. Now, a step lunge with a Samson stretch is clasping the hands together, pulling the hands back so the chest is up and nice and tall. And you can either step forward or reverse. I like reverse. So I'm going to go for 10 reverse step lunges. And for me, that means 5 on each side. When we get into the Samson stretch for the second round, you'll clasp hands overhead and do the same thing with the reverse or the forward step lunge. So that's 1 round of CrossFit the official, unofficial CrossFit warm-up. And then let's start right back at the top. 5 pulls. I'm going to get 5 bent over rows on the right, 5 bent over rows on the left. Now as I'm a little bit more warmed up, I'm going to go for 5 training push-ups. And then 5 regular push-ups. And I will now shed one of the 3 layers that I'm wearing. All right, some of you have gotten into the air squats. Go ahead and move into your 10 air squats. If you want to pick up your medicine ball on the last 5 and get in 5 medicine ball squats. And then a set of 5 reverse, forward, or lunges, walking lunges. So clasp the hands together, push the palms of the hands towards the ceiling, elbows are locked, and I'm going to get in this time a set of walking lunges. And then come up to standing for swing in and out again, right over left, left over right. Well, I never thought really an ab mat was so essential. I always said, oh yeah, just roll up a towel or a blanket. I'm going to buy a couple ab mats for home use. Because these butterfly sit-ups are no fun on a rolled up towel. The ab mat is like luxury. So find either your towel or your ab mat or something that you have rolled up. Now the whole purpose of this is to have the roll under your lower back so that you can get leverage to push off and come up. So the focus here on the sit-up is getting the shoulder in line with the hip and the chest up nice and tall. So your finished position is here. Really, I don't care if you touch the floor or your toes, or even if you just have your hands out in front, it's that the shoulder, I want that to line up with the hip in a tall, rigid, neutral spine, not in a chin to chest, arched out position like this. Imagine you're crossing the finish line with every single rep. Right? We're in a butterfly position today. So you've got a couple sit-ups now. Now, because of the high volume of squatting today, even though it's a light load, we're going to go with some mobility work on the hip flexors. So I'd like you to find something padded or a yoga mat or your ab mat and take yourself into a deep lizard lunge. So a lunge position, chest up tall. I'm right now have my left foot forward and I'm working on that right hip flexor. So we're going to be on this side for a minute and we'll add a couple of things to it as we go along. So at the very minimum, you're holding that position in your lizard. And since we're already borrowing liberally from yoga, I've got my left foot forward. I'm going to take my right hand and put it down on the ground, palm down, and bring the right foot off the ground. And then I'm just going to twist towards my left. All right, you can put your hand up overhead. You can bring your Left arm around to the right side behind your back. You can put your left hand on your left foot. And like we've done for so many years, make circles in one direction, circles with the other direction. Put that right knee back on the ground. Come up again with the hands clasped together like a Samson stretch. Press forward with the chest. Feel that right hip flexor. And you're warming up the shoulders a bit with the hands up overhead. Grab those hands behind your back. Clasp them together. Chest up tall, pulling the shoulders back. And that'll finish this side of your lizard lunge. Let's go ahead and switch over to the other side. Left knee on the mat, right knee forward. And let's just take chest up tall into a lunge. Right, keep that right knee roughly over the right heel, although really the thing that matters is the right heel is driven into the ground, right? I'm working on left hip flexor at this point. If you want to put left hand on the ground, pick up left knee, bring right hand overhead with a twist, facing the right, you can go there. You can wrap that right arm all the way over to the left hip. Again, the focus of this is on the squatters, on the hip flexor of the left side, maybe the glute on the right side. You can push right knee out a little bit to feel more in the right glute. I'm going to bring my right hand back over to the right knee and make some circles. Sorry, right hand to right foot. And I'll make 5 circles in one direction, 5 circles in the other direction. Left knee back to the ground, Samson stretch overhead, right? Palms, hands interlaced, palms pressed to the ceiling, and a deep, big stretch in that left hip flexor. And once you want to lower those hands and bring them back behind, chest up tall, pull shoulders back and down. Big chest. All right. Up to standing and drop down now into just 5 air squats. Feel that you're more mobile in the bottom of the squat than you were about 7 minutes ago. All right, that's our general warm up today. All right. Please grab your medicine ball. And those of you that don't have them, it's okay. You can still do much of this with a single dumbbell. I'll try and, you can grab a foam roller, anything that can fit kind of between your hips down in front of you will work. Small child, maybe a dog. Daryl, you could do that with a coconut. So first you'll take your medicine ball and just get a set of 5 deadlifts. Just touch it to the ground. You can use the dumbbell or the foam roller. Right, we're gonna go through the medicine ball clean in a couple of different steps. So you've got your deadlift. Now I wanna do the deadlift shrug where you pick up the medicine ball, right? You get set up and you're gonna press through the ground and it's the blast off. I'm gonna go slow motion here. As soon as the hips drive, the shoulders shrug a bit and the ball pops up. So I'll do 1, right? Please get in 3 of those. Medicine ball shrug, the ball stays close to the body. Cool. I'm most interested in seeing those of you that just have a dumbbell. And Kim's got a really small medicine ball. All right. On this next one, you're just going to power clean it from the bottom position, jump shrug, hold it in your front squat position, and get in 4 pause squats. So squat, hold, and stand. That's 1. All right, this is my last one. And go ahead and put it back down. Shake it out a bit if you want to hold on to something and get in a couple of leg swings. Now is a good time to do that. Now the movement I'm going to do next is a pull under. I'm going to use the dumbbell to demonstrate it, but I have the dumbbell out in front. I'm going to hang just a bit at the hips, so push my hips back. I'm going to jump shrug. The dumbbell flies up in the air, and I'm going to get right under it. So from hanging, hinge forward just a bit, hips back, jump shrug, drop into the bottom of the squat, and stand. All right, I'll demonstrate with the medicine ball. This one I'm just going to shrug. It's light, so I can just shrug, drop into the bottom, and stand. Right? This is the one where we don't want the ball to spin. Go ahead and get in 3 pull unders with a full squat. All right. So those of you doing the workout with the dumbbell, you can do it in a couple of different ways. You can hold the dumbbell in the front and get a thruster with the dumbbell, full squat, drive up overhead. If you've got a single heavier dumbbell, that's the way to do it. If you've got lighter dumbbells, you can do it 2 different ways. You can do a single arm dumbbell thruster for 5 reps at a time, right? Move over to the other arm, single arm dumbbell thruster. Or if you have lighter weights, 10 pounders or so, you can get in dumbbell thrusters with both arms. All right. Now, regardless of what you have, I want you to get in your front rack, squat, fully extend. If you have room with the ceiling, which I don't, you can throw the ball a little bit. So just get in a couple of repetitions. And if you've got any questions about what you're going to use for this movement, then go ahead and ask them now. We'll talk about, and we'll move to the place if you're doing wall ball shots. We'll go to the spot that you're going to use and have you get in a couple of reps in a minute. Any questions about what object you're going to use for wall ball shots? All right, then let's do this. 5 medicine ball cleans with a little bit of a shot at the top. So this is what your first wall ball shot will look like. Medicine ball clean and overhead. Please do 5 medicine ball or dumbbell cleans with a little press out at the top. Get in 5 of those. Okay, hit that squat depth now. Make sure these are super deep, because they won't get any deeper during the warm up or during the actual workout, right? So if your depth is a little bit shallow right now, they won't get any deeper later on. All right. If you need to move someplace to get in some wall ball shots, then do that right now. I have a scenery change for that. I'm going to go right outside. Please get in 5 wall ball shots. All right, how'd that work? Good. Very good. Cool. Does anyone need anything or have any questions about those? If not, I'm going to give you at least my strategy for the workout today. The intention of this workout is to finish the entire thing as fast as you can. And that's not anything brand new, right? That's often or most of the time what we do. And so in order to do that today, don't try and get all 50 wall ball shots in a row. In fact, probably don't even try and go 30 and 20. I'm going to get in about, unless you, Tim's like, maybe, okay. So if you can get all 50 in a row, great. But I don't want you to do that at the expense of taking a long time with the 40 sit-ups and taking even longer with the 30 push-ups. Because the sit-ups and the push-ups are going to take quite a bit of time. And if you blaze through 50 wall ball shots in round 1 or 40 wall ball shots in round 2, that's going to really impact the time that it takes for the push-ups and the sit-ups. So speaking of sit-ups and push-ups, go ahead and get in 10 sit-ups and 5 push-ups using the same scaling or using the movement that you're going to go for the workout there. All right, keep that ab mat right up next to your butt, so it should be touching. You are allowed to use your hands to throw them up in the front. Range of motion for that sit up. Make sure that the shoulder, the edge of the shoulder is in front of the hip. And I can see that. Yeah, good position, Jenny. Good upright torso there, Kim. You are allowed to and encouraged you to use as much momentum as possible. Okay, I was doing the workout preview last night and I looked over and I saw this piece of wood, and I'll do it here if you haven't seen it already. But in a push-up position, you should be able to keep a piece of wood or a shelf like this handy IKEA shelf, so that when you go through the range of motion, the piece of wood is touching the back of your head and your shoulders and the hips the entire time, so that your body is moving up and down in plank position and not in snake position. So think of that. Imagine a table or a piece of wood, and if you start snaking by coming up in this position and only pushing through the shoulders, that's no good. All right, anyone have any questions about your push-up or sit-up position or scaling or modification, anything like that? Now, 30 push-ups is no, there are few people that are going to get all of those in one set. If you need to scale or modify the angle of your push-up, then do that, right? Do it on a box or on a table or on a chair. I think you should be able to get through the push-ups in small sets and smaller breaks. That's kind of in the write-up today for the intended stimulus. I wrote that a number of times. Get in a bunch right away and then a short break. Don't get in 25 in 25 seconds and then have it take a full minute to get in your final set of 5 if you have to do singles. All right, let's do this. Let's take the first round just to get the timing and the location of where you're going to be moving. Get in 5 wall ball shots, 4 sit-ups, and 3 push-ups.
Hey, Mike.
Yes?
It's John.
I hear you.
It would be wonderful if you could put the camera up by the whiteboard so I could write down the workout a little bit. Or
Okay, so do your 5 wall ball shots, 4 sit-ups, and 3 push-ups, and I'll do that in a sec.
Okay.
Okay, so there's the workout written down. You can think of this workout as 3 rounds. Each round decreases in reps by 10 reps for each movement. So 50, 40, 30, 40, 30, 20, 30, 20, 10. It ends up being a total of 120 wall ball shots, 90 sit-ups, and 60 push-ups. All right, any questions about the rep scheme? Right, if you want to decrease the total volume of the workout, then start by just taking off 5, 45, 35, 25. That decreases the total volume of the workout by about 10%. Which, if you can imagine the workout, instead of taking 15 minutes, it only takes 12 and a half minutes, 13 and a half minutes. That helps. It helps you maintain the intensity. So my goal personally for the first set of wall ball shots is I'm going to go for 17, 17, 16, right? With a 10-second break in between. Normally I would do a little bit less, but since I have a target that's a foot lower, I know I'll be able to go through those wall ball shots a little faster. All right, we're right on time here, 9:29. Anyone have any questions before we begin? Anyone wanna take off another layer? I have my lucky shirt on, see that? That means I'm gonna go fast in this workout. I know, right, Jenny? Dane hasn't taken off his shirt the entire, 4 weeks now, and he hasn't changed the t-shirt. It's okay. Leave him alone. Cool, any questions? So I'm gonna start the clock here, and then I'm gonna take my computer with me for wall ball shots, and then I'll bring the computer back. So during sit-ups and push-ups, you can time your rounds. Okay. All right, go ahead and find your wall ball shot area. We're starting in 10 seconds. In 5, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, keep your pace during the sit-ups. You don't have to be fast. Just don't stop. All right, Joe, way to crank through those push-ups. Here we go, small sets, smaller breaks. I'm doing 6 sets of 5. Wait, that won't work. 8, yeah, 6 sets of 5. With push-ups, keep imagining you've got that board on your back. Here we go, coming into the tail end of round 1. All right, push-ups, small sets, and even smaller breaks. All right, well into round 2 here. 40, 30, 20. So 40 wall ball shots. Thirty sit-ups. All right, bring those hips all the way up to the shoulder. 30 sit-ups. Short sets, short breaks, especially when it comes to the push-ups. All right, bottom of the second. Looks like most people are in the push-ups. Keep in mind, everyone, Tib has a 30-pound medicine ball. All right, Annette, Tib, Dr. Joe, Damon, Andy, all on wall ball shots. Final round is 30, 20, 10. All right, we've got some people finished. Here we go, John. Great, keep that depth up, John. Looks good. All right, here we go, Nanette. Oh, Nanette might be done. Yes, she's just in baby cobra. There we go, Mia. All right, you set, Lori?
Yep. All done.
Here we go, Mia. This is it. Last set of push-ups. I think John's on sit-ups. Getting ready for the push-ups. All right, Andy, 1443. All right, here we go, John. Here we go, Marcia. Sit-ups and push-ups, just 10 push-ups. I still see hands flying through the air. Marcia's moving over to her push-ups. We just passed the 17-minute mark, and all right, 17:20, John. And Marcia, 17:25. Okay. Great, looks like everyone's done. If you haven't already typed your score in, you can go ahead and move over to the chat page. All right, was anyone able to go prescribed on the wall shot, like meaning the weight and the target going all the way up? I don't think a lot of us had a full 10-foot target. Oh, Christine had 9-foot target. That's good. Kim, 1530. One. Thibault, all right. Thibault went heavy on that medicine ball. 30 pounds. Cool, everyone's like 15, 16 minutes, plus or minus a minute or so. That's great. Damon. All right, Dr. Joe and Mia. So I mentioned on the blog in just one line is that there's a whole life challenge that starts on Saturday. And the interesting thing about this whole life challenge, aside from the fact that we're handcuffed in our houses with an ankle, what is that, like home arrest? Aside from the fact we're all under house arrest, I know we're not under house arrest. The other thing interesting about it is that it's 12 weeks long. 12 weeks. So they went from the normal challenge, which is 8 weeks long, and then they cut it by 2 weeks, and now they're doubling it. And so what they're encouraging people to do is sign up now, and for the first 6 weeks, kind of ease your way into it. But I think they want you to do that, assuming that people haven't been taking this first 6 weeks of the of the quarantine very seriously, meaning they're assuming that everyone is sitting on the couch watching Tiger King, drinking, I guess. I don't think we've been doing that. It doesn't really seem like it because I see you guys pretty often. So if you want to join that, that is coming up. I think it's $39, something like that. I'll put the link on the blog and maybe send it in an email as well tonight if you're interested in that. I think probably the most compelling factor is that it gives us a central location to post things. And in fact, what normally for me is the logging in process and the typing reflection is the most cumbersome of the entire Whole Life Challenge. This time around, I think that's the most compelling reason to do it, is because you have a place to check in each day. And I feel like I never really get to read comments as much as I would like to. And I think this time, during, at least while we're under lockdown, I would be more inclined to read people's comments and to comment on people's comments. So I think that's an interesting thing. And I gather that some of you feel that way because I know when there's like 16 of us together, or last night there was almost like 20 people in the 4 p.m. session, is that when everyone said goodbye, no one really left. Everyone kind of hung out for an extra 5 minutes. So there's that. Let's see. So if you've got to run,